Today's episode, we're going to take you behind the scenes of what it's like to live in one of the best new communities in central New Jersey, the Estates at Bamm Hollow. So welcome to the Estates at Bamm Hollow here in Lincroft, New Jersey. Today, we're going to go through the community. We're going to give you the different floor plans. We're going to focus on the pluses and minuses of living here, really give you a real world behind the scenes feel of what it's like to actually live here. So if you appreciate this content, we always appreciate you subscribing. Drop a like down below. And if you happen to live in the community and you want to share something you like or don't like about it, please feel free to drop us a comment. We always appreciate you sharing it with your friends. So let's start off with what is it? The Estates at Bamm Hollow is a luxury single-family community built here in Lincroft, which is part of Middletown Township in the southern portion by Toll Brothers. It's 190 single-family home sites. So a question we get a ton, especially considering that most of the folks that are moving down here are from Brooklyn, Staten Island, Manhattan, northern New Jersey. And it's a great question is, where'd all the land come from? It's a great question because New Jersey, especially the eastern part of the state, is extremely densely populated and there's not a whole lot of land left to do big developments like this. So the answer to it is, it was a golf course. In 1972, this was established as the Bamm Hollow Country Club and it operated as a golf course, a private country club, from 1972 all the way until about 2011. So in 2004, 2005, the country club was bought by new owners, and that began the conversation about redeveloping the site and what they were going to build here. So what draws a lot of people here are two things: the area and the home designs themselves. The layouts are beautiful, 9-foot ceilings, new construction, a ton of personalization options. So why don't we go inside and take a look? So this is the Hudson Model South Shore elevation. This is one of the more popular home designs that people picked in the development. There were 8 different floor plans, and within each of those floor plans, there were 2 to 3 different exterior elevations. And that's the way that typically things are done with a developer of this size, is they're gonna have 1 or more models on the site, usually 2 different floor plans, and they're gonna give you every upgrade, every option you could possibly imagine, including some that you even can't do with the builder. Now, there's also interior design that comes into play here because they hire an interior designer for the decor and the shiplap and everything. It's usually a couple $100,000 at minimum when you're in this price range of upgrades and options and decor that are added to these houses compared to what the base model you buy is. So Toll Brothers did an amazing job here with the floor plans of prioritizing home office space, work from home space. Obviously post-pandemic, that's even more important. The floor plans all come with hardwood floors through the main living space and then carpets upstairs, and it was an upgrade to choose hardwood floors throughout the entire house. The kitchen allows you to pick different cabinet colors. Now the model here features, like we had mentioned, almost every single upgrade you can imagine, including the Palladium kitchen, which pushes the kitchen out almost another 5 feet. They matched that up in the eat-in kitchen as well by pushing that out. And I believe it's called the greenhouse kitchen that pushes the eat-in section out a little farther and gives you the skylight above it. And one of my favorite features in the family room is that you have a coffered ceiling, which is an option that you could take with the builder. They were able to do that during construction. One of my favorite rooms in this home, in this floor plan, and almost every single client we have walked through this model falls in love with the sunroom addition off the side. It's the full sunroom option, and it has a tremendous amount of built-ins on this model. So buyers could choose between 8 different floor plans. All of the homes in here are a minimum of 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and 2-car garage. Some of the homes were as large as 6,000 square feet plus a basement. And the models that you had a choice from picking from include the Columbia 2, the Duncan, the Hudson, Champlain, Stallworth, Hollister, Henley, and Weatherstone. So although the first floor has a tremendous amount of options for living space and entertaining space, they really didn't skimp on the second floor either. This Hudson model, one of the main attractions for this is that you have 2 walk-in closets and an enormous master bathroom with a freestanding vessel tub in the middle of the bathroom. Now that was a selection you could choose to either have the tub surround, like the older style bathtubs that we saw, or the newer freestanding tub, vessel tubs like you see here. And if you wanted to change things after the fact, you've been here for a few years, you want to change the layout, you are allowed to do that because these homes are on large enough sites that it's just a matter of working with the township from a code perspective to make sure that what you want to do is allowable. The best part about all of these home sites is they're allowable to have basements, which is a really popular thing in this part of New Jersey, whether it's for entertaining space or for children or family members that you want to have. All of the home sites were allowable to have basements, and this one is not to be missed. So all of the home sites here were available to have basements, but the only model that included a basement in the base price was the Columbia 2, because it was the smallest model. The builder felt necessary to include a finished basement in the base price of that home. You have hardwood floors in the basement. You have a performance stage. And then the part that everyone drops their jaw over, the film room, that's like a full-blown movie theater with a kitchenette, because nobody wants to miss their popcorn and have to go upstairs and get that. So the other main attraction to this development is the community itself. It's located in Lincroft, which is part of Middletown Township, which is part of Monmouth County. Monmouth County has been exploding over the last decade with growth. So the Estates at Bamm Hollow is located within the Middletown Township School District. We are 2 miles from the Garden State Parkway if you need to commute north or south via car. You're 3 miles from downtown Red Bank with some of the best shopping and dining in all of central New Jersey. If you take the train wherever you're looking to go, you're 3 miles from the Middletown train station. And if you take the ferry to the city, you're about a 15-minute drive to the Highlands Ferry, and you'll likely see the Little League team or the soccer team after the big game going to grab some ice cream at Dairy Queen. You have a grocery store, you have a couple liquor stores, a pizzeria, and you have the gym to go work off all of those calories all within a stone's throw from here. All right, so let's get into the pluses and minuses of living here. By far the biggest plus of living here is the community. Middletown is one of the top districts within the entire county of Monmouth, and this community gives you something that you don't have for the most part. Monmouth County in general was built largely between 1960 and 1990. Middletown is not an exception to that. So this is an area usually of single-family home neighborhoods that are one-off houses, not a cohesive, closed-off community like this is. But what about the downsides? One of the main concerns we've heard from people that either didn't buy in here or have moved into the community, and this is one of their dislikes, is that there's no communal area. So there's no community pool or playground or those other amenities that you sometimes see in pre-planned subdivisions. While that might be true, that isn't part of the community, largely because the lots here are pretty big and they enabled you to have a big enough piece of property to put your own pool in, to put your own playground, outdoor living space, fire pits, outdoor fireplaces. One of the other comments we've heard from some folks is that the community feels like the homes look too similar to one another if you drive through. And if that's the case, a pre-planned community like this just might not be for you. Although there are 8 different floor plans and 2 to 3 different elevations, and if you drive through the community, you'll see an array of those throughout the community, there are going to be some similarities on the exterior features of these homes because they do want it to feel like a cohesive community. That being said, Toll does have a policy, like a lot of big national builders, that they will not build 2 of the exact same house next to one another. So you can rest assured that if you're coming home after drinking too much one late at night, you're not going to go home to the exact house right next door to you and stumble into somebody else's house.